chosen ones. I mean, the ones that are leading the way to produce the 144,000 at the right time. If you know what I'm talking about. Just like we are living our lives as humans, and we are continuously setting the groundwork to further develop the next coming. I'm not only meaning the next Jesus Christ. I mean the next coming of a more developed individual, human being, that is. Welcome to the Foundation for Elevation Station. And specifically, I'm talking to the ones that know the drill. You have been selected. You have been chosen by God, the hidden forces. I don't know exactly how you or under what guise you are selected and are guided by, but it's a higher power, and I guess that encompasses all, that uses so much to develop you. And I want to say to you all, you are doing a duty for humanity to learn the ins and outs on how to develop the specialness about your abilities, so that the next coming that has connections to the great individual that you are, that has certain abilities that's aliking, they can see from your example and elevate and prosper and be greater than you. This is something that I clearly understand. Yesterday, the day before, I went to a funeral of a dear friend, and I made a video. I put it on another platform, but I'm gonna put this on InstaFace because I didn't want to publicitize, or what's the word for that? I don't know every word. Publicize. I didn't want to promote my dear friend passing along and the celebration of his life as a publicity stunt. That's not my thing. But it is something that I wish to share, that the universe, the forces, will take every opportunity to use who he can to test you, to trip you up, to positively, negatively, do whatever. And it came to a point where I entered the funeral, and it was some people that knew me from my past, and it was like everyone else that knew me, friends, had been turned off. Like their emotions, their connections for me had been put in cryostatics, like pause mode. They was on freeze. And so it was 20 of them, 20, and I made it to this one triangle. I'm teaching here. Stay aware, chosen ones. Stay aware, select ones. As I made it through the funeral progression upon entering, you notice from the energy of people, I noticed friends, they were turned off, disengaged from the onset. But when I got to this triangle of people that possessed a certain energy that I recognized from the past, like the way their energy is formed, and I'm gonna keep it positive, so I guess you can see what I'm talking about. Their energy was from a certain origin, all the three of them. And when I made it to one of them, before his energy turned to what it was, we used to swim a lot. Like we was the 12, 13, and he was he used to like to be in the water, and I was like a swimmer. Like I swim like the Caucasian folks. Like I backstroke. Been doing this since I was young, and we used to have some, fun times. I like to dive, and I kind of treat it like a real activity, a workout session, and I seen him, and he engaged me so energetically to draw me in. This is why, the dark force will keep you for 40 days and 40 nights out in the wilderness to kind of starve you. So anytime that, you are weak, they try to bait you in. That's why you got to stay strong. Tune in. So, I'm always strong. So he engaged me enthusiastically. And I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Such and Such? Gave me, some big up. And then one of the other energies, it was a female energy. Probably not. It was, it was a masculine energy. Two other masculine energies. And they just was attempting to bait me in. And I guess I was supposed to sit in their area, and then the games probably would have progressed onto trying to test me, irritate me, what have you. You got to stay aware. Of course, I didn't sit down because the energy, even though it was like, hey, and it was engaged, I still, I fully understand. This is why, I don't know. I don't operate like regular people. I fully understand the energy of people. I fully understand the connectivity that it takes. And a lot of times I mess up because I encourage a person to get to the point. Get to the point. Let's not, mess around and you try to drag me in a conversation till something else happens. You gotta stay aware and get people to get to the point. Like, you could call me impatient, but they clearly understand that you are a person of importance. So they could start and tell everybody, oh, he acted funny, or she was so impatient, want to just drag it out me. We supposed to. They just trying to, bait you into something else. And although you may be delayed, they missed their opportunity. If it ain't go the way it's supposed to go, oh well. You keep your dreams right in motion. You continue to ride, because these people are there to suck a opportunity that's short term. They not there for the long run. If they doing these types of things, they don't want to dig in and be there for you and get right to the point so you can connect further at a future engagement. They just want to get there. And quite actually, because they have agreed to this type of assignment, it already defines what type of spirit and energy they carry. So this is, they like doing these types of things anyway. Their spirit is on a certain level, and you hold your head high because you and your character is on another level. They're having fun getting a small piece of money on the top. It's like icing on top, and they get to be they get to represent what their spirit represent. I'm trying to be positive. I don't want to say nothing too negative, even though I could talk stuff with the best of them and talk it intellectually. I just have to watch it because I'm representing for the youth, so that we can continue to develop into a greater and greater representation of a being, of a human. This is why, even when I was doing things in the past as a young man, because I'm 48 years young, I never did anything in front of other people's children. Not smoke a black and mild, not do, like, I don't want to make that impression on the subconscious of a child. I don't want a child to hear me talking reckless and spiteful and nasty, so that this can become normalized in their subconscious, and they not only are learning this behavior, they already becoming greater at it. This is what my spirit knew since I've been a young man. Oh, I made many mistakes. Probably made more mistakes than anybody I'm talking about on here or ever. Probably more mistakes than anybody in history of the planet, like straight up. But it was just, it was a baseline of mine to always, like, unconsciously recognize what I am conveying to the spirit of youth. I want to say I love you, and if you are a representation of the next step of development of human beings, I take my proverbial hat off to you. It's a lonely trip, but God, the higher forces, would not have reached out and took your life in the hands of the higher powers, because the higher powers believe in you, believe that you have a certain makeup that's not common. That's why you always feel weird. You ain't fit in with other people in your community. Positive, negative, influential. You just never fit in but you were able to withhold, like, have all of their characteristics. If you wanted to extend yourself, you could easily fit into each and every circle of people, but you didn't, because your heart, your purity was above those levels that them groups and circles operated in. They operated in a place of constant vibrational activity that was not in alignment with your spirit. So you keep the fight going. Man, I do good not to be negative towards those people. Because them people, man, this was kind of hard riding that line, man. They really no holds barred. Wild, wild west on the spirit side. Like, straight up. I want to say I love you. And even you know, self-proclaimed haters, lower vibrational riders, somebody got to represent. And I mean that towards you and me. Somebody got to represent. And that's what makes me so great, because I know how to represent down there. And I'm getting this representing up here all the way locked in and together, because I ain't breaking the codes that the Lord has set forth. Foundation for elevation, baby.